Hello guys, welcome back to everybody. Today we are going to discuss the last part of class 10th mathematics, HCF and LCM. So let's begin. Before that we had seen the part 1 and part 2 of the real numbers. So let's start the third part. In this video we will discuss about the word problems related to HCF and LCM and the rational numbers which we have to study in class 10. So let's start. First of all, we need to know the full form of these two terms. What do you mean by HCF? As we all had already studied in our basic classes, HCF means highest common factor, whereas LCM means least common multiple. So these two informations are very essential for us that we will see later in this video only. So let's start and discuss how we have to find the HCF and LCM in word problem. So let's see a question. Before that, we need to know the method of prime factorization. As we already knew, suppose that we are told to find the HCF and LCM of 512 and 828. First of all, we have to find the HCF and then we have to find the LCM of these two numbers, 512 and 28. So let's see how we will find through the method of prime factorization. So let's start. First of all, as we already knew, we have to break these given number in a certain tree-like structure, as we already knew that we have studied in our basic classes about the prime factorization method. As we can see clearly that it is a multiple of 2. So what we will get here? 25 and then 6. Then 2, 28. Then 2, 64. Then 2, 32. Then 2, 16, then 2, 8, sorry here 2, then 2, 4, and finally by applying 2, then we will get here 1. Now look here, what about 28, 2, 14, 2, 7, then 7, 1. Now look here, as I told you, by the full form of HCF and LCM, we can find out or we can solve this question. What will be the HCF and LCM of this question? HCF of 512 and 28. Now look here, we have to see the power of the given digits. Now look here, about 512. What about 512? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or about up to 10 times the number is available over there. Wait for a moment. This is only because of the network issue. You will get the better quality. Wait for one time. Wait for a moment. Now tell me how the quality is coming. Is it alright? The quality is alright. What about the quality now? Condition of quality now? Is it better? Yes. So let's start. As I told you, whenever we have to find the HCF, we have to look the highest common factor. Now about the power of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. तो भाई लोग यहाँ पर से क्या होगा 2 to the power 9 into 1 और leave it only 2 to the power 9 is equal to 512. What about 28? 28 is equal to 2 to the power 2 into 7. Now look here, in case of HCF, what we have to see? We have to see the highest common factor. We can see here that 2 to the power 2 is present in both cases. Hence we can say here 2 to the power 2 or 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4. 4 is the HCF of 512 and 28. What about their LCM? As I told you, LCM means least common multiple. Now look here. In this case, we have to see the highest factor and even there the different digits जो present दोनों में नहीं होगा वो भी इसमें multiply होगा. So what will be the LCM of 512 and 28? तो LCM क्या हो जाएगा भाई लोग? यहाँ पर से 2 to the power 9 means 512 into 7. What we will get? 84. 3584 is the LCM of 512 and 28. So now look here. As we are clear from here that जहाँ पर भी हमें HCF and LCM की बात होगी तो HCM में हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर देखना है और साथ साथ जो कि बोथ में अवेलेबल रहेगा और जिसका की पावर दोनों में रहना चाहिए. Factor means what? That need to be available in both. But where in case of multiple, we already knew that The numbers which are not present in both cases can also be came in LCM. तो भाई लोग यहाँ पर से तो क्लियर होगा कि प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन मेथड हमें एक्चुअली क्या बताता है. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सी द वर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स रिलेटेड टू HCF and LCM. So word problem is a major concern of this only these two numbers. Before that we need to know a very simple formula regarding to the HCF and LCM. Now look here, as we already had solved the previous question, a one major formula यहाँ पर से क्या आता है कि product of two numbers when there is two numbers, दो नंबर रहेगा तो वहां पे क्या होता है कि प्रोडक्ट ऑफ टू नंबर इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ देयर LCM and HCF. Through this formula or through this method we can find out the very simple method of finding LCF and LCM. यहाँ पर हम लोग बहुत ही आसानी से इस फॉर्मूला का अप्लाई करके HCF and LCM किसी को भी फॉलो कर लेते हैं. Suppose the LCM is given, we have to find HCF. Now what we will do? We will multiply both the terms and then we will divide the product by the LCM. Then we will get the HCF. Now is this clear to you all? And now we are going to see the important application or the important theme about the word problem. So let's start the questions regarding to word problems in detail. One by one we will cover up. So let's see the first type of questions. Whenever there we have to find the HCF regarded in word problem. देखो भाई लोग यहाँ पर से मैं दो बातें और बताने वाला कि whenever you will see the word largest, देखो हमेशा वर्ड प्रॉब्लम में एक ही चीज कंसर्न करता है, लार्जेस्ट एंड smallest. Whenever you will see the word largest in the word problem, there you have to find the HCF. In most of the cases जहां पर भी आपको largest word मिलेगा word problems में, वहां पर आपको HCF फॉलो करना है या HCF फाइंड आउट करना है. This is the trick to solve or to summarize the questions of word problem. And whenever you will see the word smallest, there you have to find its LCM in most of the cases. So let's start the questions regarding to largest and smallest and where we have to find and how we have to decode the word problems. So let's start my दोस्तों. और एक बार फिर से मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर हमारे चैनल पर अभी तक आप नए आए हैं, if you are new to our channel and you had not subscribed our channel till now, please go and subscribe our channel. And if you had not joined the Telegram channel too, please go and join the Telegram channel because there you get most of the questions regarding to our videos. So let's start a question of finding HCF or LCM in case of word problem. So let's start. As I told you, we have to see only two terms. That what about those terms? Largest and smallest number. Then only we can solve it. Whenever there is to find the HCF, we have to see that there might be the concern of largest and smallest may be present over there. So let's discuss a word problem. So let's start. Find the largest number which divide 245 and 1037, leaving 5 remainder in each case, or any number in each case. So let's start and see a question. So let's see a question. Suppose I am going to give you a question. Whenever we have to find HCF, there might be the largest term. Find the largest number that divides 27 and 9, leaving no remainder. Let's see. As I told you, whenever we have to find the HCF, there might be the term largest. And now look here. Find the largest number that divides 27 and 9, leaving no remainder in each case. Now look here. We have to simply find out the HCF of 9 and 27. Even we can use the method of prime factorization, which is a very simple method of finding HCF. So let's start the method of prime factorization only. What about 27? How we can factorize it? 9 3 3 3 1. How we can write it? 3 to the power 3 is equal to 27. What about 9? It is clear that 3 to the power 2 is equal to 9. Hence 3 to the power 2. As I told you, what about the HCF? Then we have to see the highest common factor or highest common power. Then what we will get? 3 to the power 2 equal to 9. Hence, is it clear? 9 is the number which will divide these two terms, leaving the zero remainder in each case. Now look here. As I told you, whenever there is the term largest, we have to find out the HCF. But there are certain exceptions. That's why I told you most of the cases. But even in certain conditions, we have to decode the questions very clearly. अगर हम लोग डिकोड नहीं करें क्वेश्चन को तो हमें पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि एक्चुअली क्वेश्चंस में हमसे क्या पूछा जा रहा था. इसलिए मैं बार कह रहा हूं कि क्वेश्चन को डिकोड करना बर्ड प्रॉब्लम का बहुत ही बड़ा मेजर कंसर्न रहता. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट ए क्वेश्चन where we have to find the largest HCF only, but there might be certain confusions. So let's discuss a question. Suppose that क्वेश्चन में थोड़ा चेंजमेंट रहे और क्वेश्चन क्या आ जाए. क्वेश्चन में यहाँ पे डी चेंज करके मैं कर दूं 245 1037 245 1037 leaving 5 as remainder. I had changed the question somewhat. Find the largest number that divides 245 and 1037 leaving 5 as the remainder. So let's see how we can decode it. Let me write it properly, then only you can visit, or then only you can see it clearly, or it will be visible to you all. 245 and 1037 leaving 5 as a remainder. Even here also we can see the term largest or the but largest. So we are clear that we have to find here as well the HCF. Now look here, 3 and 7, 10 plus 1, 11. Now we have to look here that how we can solve it. But look here, whenever there is a term or whenever there is a number of these all cases, तो आप ये प्रोसेस डायरेक्ट फॉलो करिएगा तो ये आपका बहुत ही बड़ा मेजर कंसर्न होने वाला है. इसलिए मैंने इसे लिखा पहले कि यहाँ पर से हम लोग अगर इसको डायरेक्टली फाइंड आउट करेंगे तो ये जो हमारा आंसर आता है वो गलत हो जाता है. देखिए ऐसा क्वेश्चन में जहां पर कि रिमाइंडर कुछ बच रहा है तो इसे जानने से पहले हमें फॉलो करना है यूक्लिड डिवीजन लेमा को. दैट्स व्हाई वी ऑल हैव टू स्टडी दीज ऑल केसेस इन रियल नंबर्स ओनली. ए मेजर क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड, हमसे ये पूछा जाता है कि ये सभी हमें रियल नंबर का यूक्लिड डिवीजन लेमा में ही क्यों पढ़ना, क्योंकि इन ऑल द केसेस वी हैव टू रिमेन द यूक्लिड डिवीजन लेमा. नाउ लुक हियर, एज वी ऑल न्यू, according to Euclid division lemma, according to Euclid division lemma, Euclidean, we all knew that dividend equal to what? Divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now look here, as the remainder is 5 over here. Now whenever there is any HCF, जब किसी भी नंबर का कोई HCF होता है तो वहां पर क्या होता है भाई लोग कि जब भी HCF अप्लाई होता है तो रिमाइंडर हमारा हमेशा 0 बचता है. ऑलवेज द रिमाइंडर इज 0 इन केस ऑफ HCF, बट वी आर टोल्ड हियर दैट द रिमाइंडर इज 5 इन ईच केसेस और इन एवरी केसेस. नाउ लुक हियर, जब रिमाइंडर 5 बच रहा है तो वह उसका जो भी नंबर आएगा वह तो उसका HCF नहीं होगा, बल्कि जो नंबर दोनों के डिजिट से या दोनों नंबर से सब्ट्रैक्ट करने के बाद 5 सब्ट्रैक्ट करने के बाद जो नंबर मिलेगा वहां पर से ये दोनों का जो हमारा HCF रहता है वो फाइंड आउट हो जाएगा. Therefore we apply here 245 minus 5, then what we will get? 240 and 1037 minus 5 1032. अब देखो एक बात तो हो गया कि यहां पर से ये होता है. अब एक क्वेश्चन और क्या रहता है कि फाइंड द लार्जेस्ट नंबर दैट डिवाइड्स दिस एंड दिस बाय गेटिंग, या ऐसा रहता है व्हाट माइट बी एडेड. देखो एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा, ये टाइप अभी मैं जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं इसका टाइप थोड़ा सा चेंज रहता है। अब यहाँ पर से तो क्लियर हो गया कि अगर हम लोग 5 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दें तो देन यहाँ पर से HCF निकल जाएगा दोनों नंबर्स का। लेकिन एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन रहेगा कि व्हाट माइट बी एडेड सो दैट द नंबर विच वी विल गेट विल बिकम द HCF ऑफ बोथ नंबर। तो एडेड का जहां पर भी हमारा जो क्वेश्चन रहेगा या जहां पर एडेड का टर्म आएगा वहां पर हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि वहां पे एक्चुअली सब्ट्रैक्शन प्रोसेस फॉलो होता है, और जब यहाँ पे रिमाइंडर लीव कर रहा है तो वहां पे हमें एडिशन नहीं बल्कि सब्ट्रैक्शन करना। पूरी प्रोसेस बोथ में फॉलो होता है। अब वह फॉलो कैसे होता है जो मैं भी आपको क्लियर कर दूंगा। सो लेट्स डिस्कस। इन दिस केस वी आर सीइंग दैट we have to subtract 5 in both cases, then we will get this, and now we have to find out the HCF of these two new number or the new resultant numbers. Now look here, 240 we can divide it by 2, then we will get here to 120, then again to 60, then again to 30, again to 15, 3, 5. Is it clear how we can write it? 2 to the power 4 into 3 into 5 is equal to 120. What about 1032? How we can decode it? By using prime factorization only. We have to write here 5, 16, then 2, 25, 8, then again 2, 12, 9. Then look here, 9 to 11 plus 1, 30. Sorry, 9 to 11 plus 1, 12, 3, 4, 43, 3. Can it be possible? No. So we have to directly 43 is a prime number, so it will not be get so it will not be get, we can look at that 43 is a prime number, as we already knew 43 is a prime number which is not divisible by any number. Hence what we have to do over here, we have to write 43 as usual. Now look here, as I told you that at last position we have to find here the HCF. Now how we can write 1032, 2 to the power 3 into 3 into 43. Now look here, what is the common multiple of 2 which is present, factor which is present in both the cases? 2 to the power 3. Now 3 to the power 1. Then what will be the HCF of these two numbers? 2 to the power 3 equal to 8. 8 plus 8 into 3, 24. Hence we got that 24 is the HCF of these two numbers. And now as I told you, we will discuss one another exception in both the cases. अब भाई लोग थोड़ा सा और डिजिट को मैं चेंज करता हूँ। देखो ये जो अभी मैं डिकोड कर रहा हूँ सभी में क्या है, कॉमन लार्जेस्ट रहेगा ही रहेगा, जहां पर भी इससे फॉलो करना है। लेकिन चेंजमेंट कहाँ पे आता है, जैसे यहाँ पे क्या था कि लिविंग 5 एज ए रिमाइंडर, और मैंने बोला इन बोथ केसेस और इन ईच केसेस, बट देयर आर सर्टेन कंडीशंस वेयर आर द रिमाइंडर्स आर डिफरेंट इन बोथ द केसेस। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट दोज नंबर, ऐसे भी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि जिसमें कि रिमाइंडर डिफरेंट होता है। यहाँ पर क्या था कि बोथ केसेस में 5 इज द रिमाइंडर, बट इन सर्टेन केसेस देयर आर रिमाइंडर्स आर डिफरेंट एंड इवन द डिजिट्स विल आल्सो बी डिफरेंट। तो यहाँ पर से भी जो हमारा ऊपर वाला हेडिंग रहेगा कि फाइंड द लार्जेस्ट नंबर दैट डिवाइड। अब डेट्स को थोड़ा चेंज करके मैं एक और क्वेश्चन आपको अप्लाई करने वाला हूँ। डेट चेंज होके क्या हो जाएगा हमारा 129 एंड 545, लिविंग 3 एंड 5, 129 एंड 545, 129 and 545, leaving 3 and 5 as remainder respectively. Now look here, as I told you, this is the type third of the questions which may be asked and which is very important for us to learn. As I told you, in earlier question we saw that the remainder was 5 in both the cases or in each cases. Now here 3 and 5 respectively, means in first case the remainder is 3, whereas in second case the remainder is 5. And now we have to apply the Euclid division lemma. According to Euclid division lemma, what will be the resultant number that will divide both numbers without leaving any remainder? So what finally ये क्या हो जाएगा, 129 minus 3, then 126. What about 545 minus 5, 540. अब देखो अगर हमसे कोई पूछता है कि why we are subtracting 3 and 5 from these two numbers, now how we have to reply to them? Then we have to reply them as we already knew that according to Euclid division lemma, whenever there is a remainder, then the resultant number will not be the factor or will not be clearly divisible by any number. So in order to make them clearly divisible or the factor of any or the multiple of any number, we have to subtract the remainder from that number in order to make them fully divisible. तो यहाँ पर से 540 and 126. Now we have to follow that process only because we are told here the largest number 2. What we will get 63. Then here have to multiply here 3. Sorry, we have to apply here 3. Then what we will get 3 7 7. Okay. Now how we can decode it? 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 2 into 7 is equal to 126. What about 540? Hence here we have to decode it like that only. 27 0 3 90 3 30 3 10 10 1, or we can decode it to 5 5 1. What we get here? 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 2, sorry 3 into 5. Now look here, what is the common factor of 2? So 2 to the power 1 only, then 3 to the power 2. What we will get here? 9 into 2, 18 is the factor or 18 is the HCF of these two रिजल्टेड नंबर. तो भाई लोग यहाँ पर से क्या आपको यह क्लियर है कि नहीं, कमेंट कर दिएगा. और इसके बाद जो हमारा जो नेक्स्ट आ रहा है एलसीएम वाला, अब चले कि उससे हम लोग कैसे डिकोड करेंगे. तो लेट्स सी द क्वेश्चंस रिगार्डेड टू एलसीएम. एंड बिफोर दैट there is another question or there is another concern that I have to told you all कि वीडियो क्वालिटी कैसा है मेरे भाई लोग, कमेंट कर दिया. मैं बार बार आपसे कह रहा हूँ कि हमेशा हर वीडियो में मैं आपका वीडियो क्वालिटी सोल्व करने का 100% कंसर्न करता हूँ और फाइनली सोल्व भी करता हूँ. तो मिलते हैं इसके बाद जो हमारा नेक्स्ट वीडियो आ रहा है, इसी में हम लोग डिस्कस कर लेंगे. इसी पार्ट के अंदर नेक्स्ट कंसर्न क्या आ रहा है कि हाउ वी हैव टू डिकोड द क्वेश्चंस रिगार्डेड टू एलसीएम इन वर्ड प्रॉब्लम. सो लेट्स डिस्कस क्वेश्चंस about word problems whenever we have to find LCM. So let's see, as one major concern that I have to tell you now as well कि जहां पर भी हमें LCM फाइंड आउट करना रहेगा, क्या फाइंड आउट करना है? LCM. देयर वहां पर या तो स्मॉलेस्ट रहेगा और साथ ही साथ इक्वल टर्म रहेगा, इक्वल या क्लियरली, या हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि सेम नंबर.